All right, folks, big news from the Vancouver Canucks. This is my third take. The Canucks signing ILYA MIKHEYEV. 4 years, $4.75 million from the Toronto Maple Leafs. He has played there for 3 years. And who are the Canucks getting for this? Because there's some people on Twitter who hate this deal. There's some people who really like it. I'm in the like it camp as of right now, but I can be swayed. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. Who is ILYA MIKHEYEV? Right winger who shoots left. This is a Russian thing. This is just what they do. They play their off wing all the time. 27 years old. He will be 28 by opening night. His birthday is October 10th, 1994. So he will be 28 by opening night. So the Canucks are getting him for his 28-year-old, 29, 30, and 31-year-old seasons as a member of the Vancouver Canucks. Only 3 years in the NHL, played in the KHL for a while, got signed out of the KHL by Toronto back in 2019. 23 points in 39 games. A bit of an off year in 2020, 2021 with only 17 points in 54 games. But this last year, he was absolutely fantastic. And he was super fun to watch as well. 21 goals in 53 games, 32 points. So overall, about a half a point per game throughout his career. 72 points in 146 games. So we're talking about, you know, on average a 40-point player, but if he can continue off of last year, we're talking about a guy who can probably score 30 goals and be a really solid second line piece at $4.75 million. That's something that you would take. Now, let's look at the analytics side of it, because that's always a real important component here. You know, some people don't love analytics, but I think it's an extra good piece. Because just watching MIKHEYEV, I really liked him. Here's where things get a little scary, potentially. And I want you to look at this graph, which is now above my head. And this is WAR percentile. So wins above replacement, what percentile of players were they in? So basically, compared to all of the other forwards in the NHL, what percentage of them was this player better than? Now, last year, he jumped to about 90th percentile, which is huge. That's phenomenal. He was very, very good last year, but previously, his first 2 years in the NHL, not so much. So a big increase in this last year. If that's something that he builds off of and can continue at that pace, or maybe just regress slightly, that's fantastic for the Vancouver Canucks. Now, let's take a look at his percentiles in some different categories. Overall projection, 79 percentile. Again, for a guy who's going to be on your second line, most likely, maybe third, sort of jumping in between. That's totally great. Totally happy with that. Offensively, 76 percentile, but defensively, 88th percentile. So a really good two-way player, which is crucial to have for the Vancouver Canucks here. Not a great guy on the power play. Not too concerned about that. He might slot into the second unit, but he's not going to be a guy on your top power play. But he does have some penalty kill ability. 83rd percentile on the penalty kill. They just picked up Lazar as well, who isn't that great on the kill, but you have to imagine that he'll be getting some of that time on there. Finishing percentile at 54%, which is actually kind of a good thing. That doesn't sound great, but if we go back to his stats, the fact that he scored 21 goals in 53 games and only had about average finishing means that he didn't just have a crazy lucky year where he, like, 25% of his shots went in, for example. So I like to see that. All this other stuff. I mean, he doesn't take a lot of penalties, plays against average competition, and had average teammates while he played. And then over here, I mean, yeah, you can see his finishing was actually pretty good last year. But you can see those offense and defensive stats rising a fair bit. So honestly, this is one that we will have to wait and see how well it is. The Canucks are going to have to make some cap space here, though. So keep your eyes on that. Obviously, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. But for me, it's exciting. It's not a slam dunk. There's some risk attached, but to me, it is at least an exciting pickup that could be good. It might be bad, but it sure is going to be interesting, folks. And I will see you in the next one.